Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Money in the form of bills or coins. There is a desperate shortage of hard cash. United States country music singer and songwriter, 1932 to 2003. Exchange for cash. I cashed the check as soon as it arrived in the mail. Prompt payment for goods or services in currency or by check. Money in the form of bills or coins. There is a desperate shortage of hard cash. Money in the form of bills or coins. A currency that is not likely to depreciate suddenly in value. The countries agreed to conduct their bilateral trade in hard currency, replacing previous barter arrangements. United States country music singer and songwriter, 1932 to 2003. United States country music singer and songwriter, 1932 to 2003. Exchange for cash. Prompt payment for goods or services in currency or by check. Take advantage of or capitalize on. The property of belonging to the present time. The currency of a slang term. General acceptance or use. The currency of ideas. The metal or paper medium of exchange that is presently used. Reverse, a direction, attitude, or course of action. Mutual interaction, the activity of reciprocating or exchanging, especially information. The act of changing one thing for another thing. There was an interchange of prisoners. Give to, and receive from, one another. Put in the place of another. Switch seemingly equivalent items. Synonyms can be interchanged without changing the context's meaning. Reciprocal transfer of equivalent sums of money, especially the currencies of different countries. He earns his living from the interchange of currency. Cause to change places. Interchange this screw for one of a smaller size. A junction of highways on different levels that permits traffic to move from one to another without crossing traffic streams. Exchange or replace with another, usually of the same kind or category. The act of changing one thing for another thing. Adam was promised immortality in exchange for his disobedience. Give to, and receive from, one another. Put in the place of another. Switch seemingly equivalent items. Reciprocal transfer of equivalent sums of money, especially the currencies of different countries. Exchange a penalty for a less severe one. A workplace that serves as a telecommunications facility where lines from telephones can be connected together to permit communication. The act of putting one thing or person in the place of another. Sports, an unbroken sequence of several successive strokes. Change over, change around, as to a new order or sequence. A mutual expression of views, especially an unpleasant one. They had a bitter exchange. A workplace for buying and selling, open only to members. Chemical process in which one atom or ion or group changes places with another. Chess, gaining, or losing. A rook in return for a knight or bishop. Black lost the exchange. Chess, the capture by both players, usually on consecutive moves, of pieces of equal value. The endgame began after the exchange of queens. Hand over one and receive another, approximately equivalent. Exchange prisoners. The act of giving something in return for something received. Deductible losses on sales or exchanges of property are allowable. Lay aside, abandon, or leave for another. The car changed lanes. Cause to change. Make different. Cause a transformation. The discussion has changed my thinking about the issue. Exchange or replace with another, usually of the same kind or category. He changed his name. An event that occurs when something passes from one state or phase to another. The change was intended to increase sales. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Her mood changes in accordance with the weather. Give to, and receive from, one another. Would you change places with me? Become deeper in tone. His voice began to change when he was 12 years old. Change from one vehicle or transportation line to another. She changed in Chicago on her way to the East Coast. A difference that is usually pleasant. It is a refreshing change to meet a woman mechanic. A different or fresh set of clothes. She brought a change in her overnight bag. A relational difference between states, especially between states before and after some event. He attributed the change to their marriage. A thing that is different. He inspected several changes before selecting one. Change clothes. Put on different clothes. Coins of small denomination regarded collectively. He had a pocketful of change. Money received in return for its equivalent in a larger denomination or a different currency. He got change for a 20 and used it to pay the taxi driver. Remove or replace the coverings of. Father had to learn how to change the baby. The action of changing something. The change of government had no impact on the economy. The balance of money received when the amount you tender is greater than the amount due. I paid with a 20 and pocketed the change. The result of alteration or modification. There were marked changes in the lining of the lungs. Undergo a change. Become different in essence, losing one's or its original nature. She changed completely as she grew older. The act of paying money. An act of requiting, returning in kind. A sum of money paid or a claim discharged. Cash for day-to-day spending on incidental expenses. Money in the form of cash that is readily available. His wife was always a good source of ready cash. Money in the form of cash that is readily available. A trifling sum of money. Cash for day-to-day spending on incidental expenses. A trifling sum of money. A trifling sum of money. Money in the form of cash that is readily available. He paid cold cash for the TV set. Cash for day-to-day spending on incidental expenses. Eliminate by paying off debts. Get rid of someone who may be a threat by killing. The mafia liquidated the informer. Convert into cash. I had to liquidate my holdings to pay off my ex-husband. Settle the affairs of by determining the debts and applying the assets to pay them off. Liquidate a company. Exchange or buy back for money, under threat. Pay off, loans or promissory notes. Save from sins. Convert into cash. Of commercial papers. Restore the honor or worth of. To turn in vouchers or coupons, and receive something in exchange. A person who sings. An organism that can utter vocal sounds. Is the giraffe a vocalizer? A person who sings. A person who sings. An organism that can utter vocal sounds. United States inventor of an improved chain-stitch sewing machine, 1811 to 1875. United States writer, born in Poland, of Yiddish stories and novels, 1904 to 1991. A person who sings.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.